What's up? This is Lil Dre, Pittsburgh TMZ. I'm here with my guest today, Joy Bay. You know, how you doing today, Joy Bay?
Hello, I'm doing fantastic.
How are you? Grew up in high school with you. It's good to see you. You know what I mean? We ain't see a lot of people at this point in time in life. What 20 years out of high school? 2000.
20 years out of
20 years out of high school, yeah. You know what I mean? We grew up together. So, you know, tell them, you know, what's been going on in your life? Let me know.
So, right now, I'm not training, but I will be training again at the end of January. I competed in my first bodybuilding show in October, and I won all 4 of my categories.
So where was that at?
It was in Ohio.
How was that experience?
It was fun. It was great.
Besides fun, were you nervous? Were you scared? What was your feelings about it?
I was very nervous.
I mean, because me, you know, coming from growing up with you, to me you were not, I won't say girly girl, but you were, you know, female. And to you know, and bodybuilding is like a different level from, you know, you always had the nice skirts and dresses, you know, you were, you know, sophisticated young lady, and then to see you into this big bodybuilding and things like that. So what made you transpire into that? What in your life that said, you know what, I want to hit the power, I want to hit the weights, I want to show the world my body? What made you get there?
So honestly, when I first, I didn't used to like working out, to be honest, but it was like a friend of mine that I met, and then the first time I tried to do a show was in 2012. I didn't really have the right coaching or any, so I was just basically working out but eating, but I didn't have a coach or anything like that. And then the show ended up getting canceled, so I wasn't able to do it. I attempted again another year. It just, you have to have the right mindset to do something like that. So last year I met my coach, Morgan.
Who was your coach?
Morgan. And he just been on point with me every week. Every Sunday we checked in from November until October.
What were some of the hardest things though, like with the check-ins? And I mean, you say it was hard, so and some of my viewers may not know what is hard. What is hard? What was hard about it? Was it the mental? Was it the workout? What was hard about it?
So the most annoying part is making all the food. Everybody thinks it's the workouts, but it's really making all that food every day, every week, eating 6-7 times a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know, at the same time, making sure you're sleeping, going to bed around the same time, getting up at the same time. You know, I had lost like 51 pounds just to do the show. It's the dedication that you have to be willing to do to accomplish something like that.
Is there a lot of mental strength in that? Like, you know, even, I know dedication, don't get me wrong, because when you're dedicated to something, of course it's mental, but like when you're dedicated to especially bodybuilding, you know what I mean? The next day you're hurt, you know what I mean? And as a woman, that's a lot, you know what I mean? Just to think, coming from a woman that has a baby, you know what I mean? You're bringing life into it, but this is another type of physical endurance that you're doing. So like, was it a lot of mental strain? Like, dang, you know what I mean? What are people going to think? How, you know what I mean? Because you look masculine, you know what I mean? And a lot of women are offended, or you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean?
So most of the time, you're not going to look as masculine unless you're like on steroids or something like that. And that is the misconception with weightlifting, that a lot of women, well, I don't want to look like a man. You're not going to look like a man, number one. And then it takes a while to build muscle. So if you've never had any muscle before, it's going to take you months or years to even build any type of muscle. So you're not going to look like a man. That's a big myth. I don't feel like I look like a man, and I'm also very soft, even though I had muscles. Now I'm a little not as muscular as I was. I'm down right now. But
and the reason why I say that, because there may be some of my young audience that are looking and watching you, and they're saying like, well, I'm afraid I might look masculine, or you know, people might pick on me, and that's why I got into that, because it's a mental thing, you know what I mean? First of all, because you got to deal with a lot of adversity from every which way, and you have a daughter. How does she feel about this? You know what I mean? How does she feel when you first took her?
She really doesn't say much about it. She's not that vocal, to be honest, but for me, it was more like I just was tired of sitting on the couch, so I was like, let me dive all the way back in. And I just dove back in, and I don't even watch TV. Like I might watch a movie or something here and there, but I don't even sit and watch TV all day.
So
I don't do that.
You're not just physically training, you're mentally training too.
Exactly.
Okay, and, and that's a lot what people don't understand. It's not just about getting in the weight room, lifting the weights, and it's not just about the eating. It's also you got to be mentally ready for this. You know what I mean?
You have to be mentally ready for everything, and that's a lot of people's problems.
Exactly.
They're saying all these things that they want to do, but mentally they're not ready to do them. So you're going to find yourself stuck every time until you get off the couch.
Exactly. So what do you have coming up? What's going on with you?
So I'm not going to be training again until probably the end of January. Then I'll start training again, trying to raise money for my show. But it's not going to be until November of next year in Florida.
Okay.
I want to attempt to try and get a pro card. That's me and my coach's next goal.
Okay.
So.
And I see you just won a nice big trophy. Tell us about that. What was that competition? What was the name of that competition? What place did you come in? And were there any other women from Pittsburgh with you? Were you the only woman from Pittsburgh?
Yes,
what was that about?
I was the only woman from Pittsburgh. Now the name of the competition, I can't remember that, unfortunately.
Okay.
But yes, I was the only woman from Pittsburgh. The category I did was wellness.
Okay.
So one of my categories was novice.
Okay.
And then true novice.
Okay.
And then I did 30 and up.
Okay.
And then I did like the open class.
Okay. So now, what's true novice and novice? What's the difference there?
Because true novice is a person that's like never competed before at all.
Okay.
And then I believe the novice is someone that has never like got a first or second place in a category or something like that.
Okay.
I'm still new, so I'm still learning a lot. I could be wrong, but I'm still learning about the the bodybuilding thing. Okay.
And then that's what made me want to come and interview you and get more into the life, because like I said, I grew up with you. I seen the struggle, and it caught me off guard. I said, wow, look at Joy. Joy looks awesome. You know what I mean? So I said I wanted to sit down so we could get more in depth in which we're doing, and I wanted to see how life was treating you now. How is it treating now that you are Joy the bodybuilder? Because everybody knows you now as Joy the bodybuilder.
It's okay. I mean, I would like to accomplish a lot more. I feel like I've accomplished some things, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be in life.
Okay.
And then I also have my brand. This is my brand.
Okay,
Sexy Fit Chick.
Okay, Sexy Fit Chick. Y'all hear that? Look her up.
Next year I'll be rebranding a little bit more.
Okay.
So I can try and sell some shirts and just sell whatever to raise money.
Okay.
For my next competition.
Okay. I mean, and then what is your regimen? Like, say you woke up this morning. What is a day in the life of Joy Bay in a workout regimen? And then one day, what is your day like?
So when I was training for my show, I would get up around 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. Then I would have to go do my cardio, which was either 30 or 40 minutes fasted cardio. Then I'd come home, 8 o'clock, and be eating my breakfast at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I would be home for like an hour.
Hold on. You're eating your breakfast at 8 o'clock?
Yes, 8 a.m. is my breakfast.
Okay, and then what about 8 a.m. is your breakfast? So then what you going to proceed after that?
And then at 10 o'clock, I would work out with my trainer for about an hour.
What is okay, now with that hour training, what is your regimen? Are you doing legs, arms?
It just depends what the day
consists of.
It could be legs or arms or chest and back.
Okay, and I'm familiar with that. Mondays sometimes might be legs, Tuesdays chest,
Wednesday legs,
yeah, exactly.
Friday shoulders,
back,
all that. On what day it is.
Okay.
Then at 11 o'clock, I'm eating again.
How much water do you intake?
A gallon of water a day.
Okay.
And at some point, it was like a gallon and a half.
Wow. Did you have to get used to that?
Uh-huh.
Were you always a water drinker, or was
I've always drank water. It wasn't too hard for me to get used to that. I've never been a big pop drinker.
Okay. So what are some of the hardest things that you would say in your transition? What was hard? Was anything hard transitioning over into that?
Telling people no, because you have friends and they want you to go out and you want to drink. And of course I wanted to do those things, but I also wanted to get on stage more.
Okay, so it's called having discipline.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't have
that. And I'm not going to lie, this Rona did, stop a lot of what I was trying to do. Then I also lost my father in February.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So then I still had to, I still want to do this show.
Stay focused.
That's not going to stop.
Yeah.
That I still want to do the show. Literally go to the hospital, see him, and I would leave and go to the gym. Or be coming from work and then go see my dad, go to the gym. you know.
And a lot of people couldn't, and I must give you the utmost about it, because a lot of people wouldn't have been able to do that. You know what I mean? Because dealing with the mental capacity of their father being sick and passing, and still having to work out and train. But I didn't see you really put that, and you use that as motivation, and it drove you.
That's what I did.
And it drove you, and I seen that. You know what I mean? Because we've talked, and we've said little things, and I seen that motivation in you. So you know what I mean? So like up and coming, you say you're going to be training more. COVID, you said, kind of slowed you down. Why would you say? Because you can't be on stage, or that you couldn't train right?
COVID slowed me down back when it first started.
Okay.
Because, like I said, they said, oh, we're going to be shut down for 2 weeks. I had weighed like 156 or something. I only had to lose like 6 pounds before me and my coach picked the show. I literally checked out mentally for 2 months. I didn't do anything. Then I checked back in June, like, you know what, let me start over. So that's how it had, pretty much messed me up.
And that's the interesting thing.
Because I would have been able to do a show sooner than October. I mean, I literally was dieting since November of 2019. That's what I don't think people realize. I was dieting for 10 months.
Wow.
Straight.
Wow. Almost a whole year
yes.
dieting. That's enough in itself to, like, I watch Lifetime movies, you know what I'm saying? And you see some women, even men, they go through, when they're dieting, that's a whole nother mental capacity, because like you said, you have to be focused. I only can get 300 calories today. That's hard, because one drink could be 300 calories.
Right.
So I understand that. So you're always on top of yourself. So I definitely get that with you.
And then the other thing, I guess, would be when I would go to a friend's house and they'd be like, oh, you can eat this or you can eat that. No, I cannot, because number one, I didn't make that. So I don't know what you put in there.
Exactly.
That's not part of my diet. That is not what my coach wrote. No, I cannot eat that.
Okay, exactly. No means no on certain situations. You know what I'm saying? So, and I definitely understand that. So, I mean, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I just want to be successful. I don't even know, to be honest. I would love to not be living here.
Okay.
5 years, how old will I be?
25.
I don't even know if I want to say that on camera, but I just feel like I'm gonna be more successful.
Is there
I
any
want to
steps?
be known all around the world.
What are you going to do to get that though? Like right now, is this where I say you got your brand. I see you're doing your weightlifting. Is that? Do you want to be a professional bodybuilder?
I want that pro card. I know
so
that.
So you want to be professional,
right?
Because if you want that pro card, that's
I
what
never
you want.
really saw myself like the Olympia stage or anything, I guess. But I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But I definitely want that pro status, that pro card for sure.
So what are the steps that right now, like you said, in 5 years you really don't know, but you know you want to be successful. What's the step now? Say Corona's uplifted and we moving on in March. What's Joy's steps?
Well, I need to put myself out there more. I don't feel like I put myself out enough. Just as far as the things that I want to do or reaching out for enough help per se, because people want to see you win, but they don't want to see you win.
Exactly.
Per se.
And I'm learning that myself, because in this business, nobody wants your dream like you do. So nobody's going to go as hard for you like you do. And that's why I'm asking, like, you know what I mean? Where do you see yourself? Because I see you rising. You know what I mean? I've sat here and talked to Tamika, the female boxer, and I just see the same traits in you. You're very disciplined. You're very outgoing. You want to grab it. So that's why I asked you, where do you see yourself and what steps? Because I definitely see it. You have the physique. You have the body. You're cut up. I really see you going somewhere.
I know sometimes a lot of people are like, okay, well, I just need to be put in a position or meet the right person. I don't need no money from nobody, or just put me around who I need to be around.
Exactly.
And I'm going to take care of the rest.
Exactly. So let me ask you, from a man, how does a man, first of all, do you have a man?
No, I don't.
How does men come up to you with the physique? How does that go? How does that
To be honest, not too many men trying to talk to me.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. They might be intimidated. Or they might not feel like they have what I'm looking for.
I mean, that's in life period. So I can kind of see more of just me personally, because I'm an outgoing person, and I can see the men where they may be intimidated because, like I said, you are cut up.
And
so you're gonna be looking at a guy like, what are you sitting on the couch for?
And outspoken.
Yeah, very outspoken, always
Right.
been. You know what I mean? So I can see that, but I mean, so tell the people, if a guy wants to come up, what's the best way to come at Joy?
Regular.
What's regular?
Hi, how you doing?
Okay, well then you don't get that.
Know? I mean, it's always somebody trying to talk to me that I don't want or that I don't like. I don't know what it is, but
maybe you gotta maybe
interested, and no, I'm not lowering my standards.
I didn't say love. I was gonna say maybe you gotta love the one that loves you, and not necessarily go put a high standards of okay, he has to have a corporate job, he has to have his own house, his own car. As long as he's willing to go somewhere with you, that's where I think a lot of women, no matter what profession you're in, no matter what you're doing in life, as long as you meet a man that's willing to take the steps and hold your hand with you. And when I say hold your hand, I mean togetherness, not hold it like you're guiding.
It's not always that simple.
It's not. It's not. Trust me, I got 5 baby mothers, so I know it's not that simple.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But it's just about once we're at this age in life where we're in our 30s, we want companionship. We want somebody that's going to be longevity in the team.
But there's a lot of men that don't want that.
Exactly. Okay. So now, I'm not to bring this up, but I remember a post that you posted out about something about the way guys come up to you. What was that about?
So I think I know what you're talking about. It was basically saying, like, if you see that I'm into working out or into certain things, then why are you trying to talk to me if you're not going to be into what I'm into?
Okay.
Now,
so are your standards a guy has to be into that bodybuilding too?
So I don't necessarily want a bodybuilder, someone that does shows. If he does shows, that's fine, but it's still a lot because then we're both going to be eating food all day. But because I actually dated someone that was a bodybuilder before, and it was just too much because I'm making all this food every day. I was kind of over it, but I would like someone that is also aware of his health.
Okay.
Most definitely. Bodybuilder per se, no. But I need somebody to understand what I'm doing.
My next question, what is it that you look for in a man?
Well, I want somebody that is family oriented. Because, I mean, I do have a daughter.
Okay.
So I need somebody that likes children. I mean, she's not young. She's 15 now. Okay. So you ain't dealing with no little baby. So she might read you your rights.
Exactly.
And you might have to work for that particular relationship. She's a teenager.
Of course.
She's wishy-washy.
Exactly. I got 4 of mine.
I just want somebody that's family oriented and goal oriented, somebody that's going to support me and just be loyal to me.
Now, like when you say support you and be loyal to you, does that also consider you supporting him?
Of course.
Okay. I mean, because and it's the millennium. Right. Some women right now has this assumption in their mind, support me, support me, support me, because throughout the years, it's always been, I supported the man. Right. So some women want a guy that's just going to be right there for them. So, and that's why I asked you that, in case a man's out here watching.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, no, of course I'm going to support whoever I'm with. We're supposed to support, each other.
Exactly. Okay.
But I just want somebody honest and real, I just met so many liars in my life that I
fellas, no liars.
Anymore.
Yeah.
I'm grown. I'm grown. I don't even want to say how old I am.
And as I got older, I came to understand.
But
when you're truthful, it's better.
Like a lot of men, they put women in a side piece position. Don't do that. Tell me you got a woman. Tell me you're married, and let me make that decision. Don't put me in that position, and then I find out 6 months later that you got a whole woman, but you treat me like I'm your woman, but this is your woman. We don't like that. Let me know up front what I'm dealing with, and if I'm willing to deal with that or not.
Exactly. Don't take your choices away.
Exactly.
And I understand that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, other than that, where can they find you? Where's your Instagrams?
My Instagram is at @joybay_, and then my other Instagram is at @sexyfitchick412. That's my other Instagram.
Okay. Do you have Facebook?
Joy Bay.
Okay. YouTube?
Joy Bay.
Okay.
But it's just a bunch of goofy videos, but I need to update that too.
But one thing I'm gonna tell you when you say that, and I tell a lot of people, just because you think they're goofy, there may be someone in Wisconsin that loves it. So you can never always think just because you thought it was goofy. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I really enjoyed the interview. I would love to bring you back once we get opened up, and maybe do a little workout special with Joy Bay, showing you, you know what I mean, the discovering of Joy Bay, going to that professional car.
All right.
So you know what I mean? And like I said, I thank you and I appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, I'm Joy Bay, and I just got done with my interview rocking with Pittsburgh TMZ. Thanks for having me today. I enjoyed it. Looking forward to doing this again sometime.